Welcome back, everyone. This is your Sharp Squares podcast for week 15 of the NFL season 2025-26 with the ambassador, David Eby. This is yours truly, Eric Glazer. Everyone's favorite fellow degenerate is out. He has a hip pointer and a sore elbow. We thought if he was on the show and he overcompensated with those injuries, his vocal cords could pop, and we didn't want to take that risk this late in the season. He should be back and better than ever next week for week 16. So, we're going to go without him. Last week, our sharps in aggregate were 51.2%. That's 21-20 for the record. And an unusual turn of events and a poor turn of events, our metal games, which usually save us from the Sharps' poor performance, or at least partially do, were 1-2. Our pick five, 2-3. That's our third consecutive losing week. And more damning is 3-1, where we went 1-2, earning only 1 of 6 points, plummeting us from second to a tie in fourth. For the season, our pick five is down to 50%. 3-1 is just over 52% of the points. Not terrible, not great. And about, 6 weeks to go, if my math works. 50, 16, 17. 4 weeks to go. Wow. Anyway, that's the information that you really don't care about. And the information you do care about, which will be a tag team effort here, is gold, silver, bronze. And to bring that to you, what would we call in a platoon situation? For the first time ever, the ambassador, David Eby, and yours truly, Eric Glazer. All right, one thing I'm going to mention at the top, we have added a sharp. We have added, amongst all kinds of controversy, a AI source. We're weighting it very low. Don't panic, everyone. But we've been piloting it for just 3 weeks, and we've decided we're going to add it to the algorithm at a very low weight and track it so we can start getting some history here, because it's 2025 and, we're hip to that. So it did have a small influence on this week's picks. Here we go. So our first pick, we have, by the way, this is what Greg would say. We have 5 metal games. 5 this week. 1 gold, 1 silver, and 3 bronze. We're going to yin and yang it. David, are you ready for this? We're not trained for this.
I'm ready. Let's not go too fast, though. Let's take it easy.
Right. The first pick, gold, are the Rams. They're -5.5, and they're hosting the Lions. Whale Capper, Steve Fezzik, Sharper Square, Rob Lazzola, Adam Chernoff, and our AI picker all took the Rams. There was dissent. Both Ross Tucker and Kelly Stewart are on the Lions.
Our second game is silver. It's the Packers -2.5 at the Broncos. Everybody is on the Packers. Gianni, Gil Alexander, Sharper Square, Marty Herney, Chris Raybon, AI picker. And there was no dissent in this game.
Our first of our 3 bronze games, and this is our highest bronze game, in honor of Greg, the Miami Dolphins. They are +3.5. They are in Pittsburgh, giving Greg some space, visiting Sam Gerber. On the Dolphins were Marco D'Angelo, Gianni the Greek, and Cleve TA. There were no sharps on the other side of this one.
Our second bronze game is the Commanders. That is the pick, +2.5 at the Giants. 2 sharps on this game, Chris Raybon and Cleve TA, both on the Commanders. No dissent in this game either.
And our 5th game, our final metal game, bronze, the Bills, +1.5. I was married outside of Buffalo, visiting the Patriots in New England, where I live. Stuckey, Gil Alexander, Sharper Square, and our AI picker all on the Bills +1.5. There was no dissent. So, in summary, gold, Rams, silver, Packers, bronze in order: Dolphins, Commanders, Bills. That's essentially what our picks are going to be. Our 3-point game are the Rams, our 2-point game, the Packers, our 1-point game, the Dolphins, and our remaining 2 bronze games will be added to our pick 5. Not great, but we did it.
It was serviceable.
It was serviceable. And if that's all you're looking for, to see how me and EB could make fools of ourselves, you're now all dismissed. All right, here we go with some trends. We're going to yin and yang it. It's just, not like Simon and Garfunkel, but, EB and Glazer. Let's go. Trends.
Captain and Tennille.
Sure.
Peaches and Herb. All right, our first trend here is called Sad Cats. That's because the Panthers, unfortunately for them and their fans, are favored again. The Panthers haven't won or covered the spread in a game, regular or postseason, that they were favored in since September of 2021. That is 4 full years ago. They've lost 11 straight up and against the spread as a favorite. That's the longest straight up losing streak for any team as a favorite since the 1970 merger.
Also, all these trends, until you're told otherwise, come to you from the Action Network's betting primer feed. We'll call it that.
Podcast.
Second trend is the public problem. I'm going to call it the Jeff Google problem. He knows who he is. According to Action Network's betting data, NFL teams getting 60% of the tickets or more are 50 and 85 ATS. 37% through 14 weeks. Those 60% plus ticket teams, so if you're over 60% of the tickets, are below 513 of 14 weeks. My boy Gooch is probably way underwater this season.
And Eric, I don't know if you knew, but it's dog time in key spots. As an underdog of 4 points or more, as a duo, the Lions with Goff and Campbell are 17-3 ATS, covering the spread by 5.2 points per game, including 17-5 ATS when they are a dog of over 3 points. As an underdog, Joe Burrow is 21-11 against the spread as a starter in his career. When Burrow closes as an underdog of 3 points or more, he's 10-11-1 straight up, but 19-3 against the spread, covering the spread by 6.2 points per game.
All right, we're going to do some at Bet Labs rapid fire trends. By the way, on X, bet_labs, one of the more fun gambling follows out there. Here we go. Jalen Hurts the last 6 games as a double-digit favorite, 0-6 ATS, and they're -11 versus the Raiders. Also, since 2003, when 2 bad teams play with winning percentages of 25% or less, the underdog has gone 151, 111, and 6. That's 58% for those guys in Pittsfield who can't do the math. ATS. So take the underdog when 2 bad teams are playing. Commanders 3-10 +2 at the Giants 2-11. Sorry, Pops, we're on the Commanders. We're not. Oh, we are. That was a goal. That was a bronze game. And as favorites of 3 or more points, Caleb Williams is 6-2 straight up and 5-2-1 ATS per Bet Labs. Drake May against the spread versus Josh Allen, 3-0. Patriots +1 or +1.5 versus the Bills this Sunday. And last but certainly not least, bet on it. 27 minutes, 45 seconds.
Our silver game is the Packers -2.5 at the Denver Broncos. First handicapping theme, the Packers offense is structurally built to beat Denver's defense. Denver's defense leads the NFL in go-to-go TD prevention, red zone efficiency, third down stops, and sacks. But these strengths are specifically countered by Green Bay's offensive profile. For example, the Packers offense ranks top tier in red zone and goal-to-go scoring, neutralizing Denver's biggest edge. Also, Green Bay is elite on third down, directly attacking Denver's preferred method of winning. Second theme, Jordan Love has a massive quarterback matchup advantage in this game. Jordan Love excels versus man coverage and blitz, posting a 56.3% success rate and a plus 0.43 EPA per drop back in those looks. Love's pocket movement, otherwise known as drifting to buy time, specifically neutralizes Denver's pass rush approach. Love has also taken only 18 sacks all season, an elite number that directly offsets Denver's sack-heavy profile. Third theme, Denver's offensive success is fragile. Bo Nix has taken only 16 sacks, largely due to elite pass protection, but this is now stressed by Green Bay's elite tackling and edge pressure. The Packers are the best tackling team in the NFL, eliminating Denver's ability to extend plays or rely on yards after contact. Timestamps, Action Network, 14 minutes, 12 seconds, Pushing the Pile, 8 minutes, 24 seconds, and Beating the Book, 49 minutes and 34 seconds.
Hey, Dave, I'm a little bit fragile.
That's good to know, Eric.
All right, guys, there you have it. Great job to the production team. Thanks for everyone who's behind the scenes making this show happen. The dealer, before he went to Vegas, was busting his butt. Our boy P-Mac had some big exams. He was still pulling it together. But thanks to everyone. Also, shout out to Hunter. Get better soon. Get off your ass and start your PT. And a reminder to everyone, none of us are truly sharp. But this is your Sharp Squares podcast.
Good luck out there.